Good morning. It's Monday, April 29th. Dr. Bob Flower, and this is your master pattern report. Okay, so last week we had called for moves in the metals, silver in particular, on Wednesday. The 23rd and the 25th, and we had significant moves in both days. The 23rd, we had a move of 2%, and on the 25th, we had a very large move of 5%, which is good moves. Unfortunately, the first move was a down move. We were looking for an up move on. It ended up as an up move for the week, but the 23rd was down. 25th was up good, big, which wiped out the loss on the 23rd. And oil, also, we saw moves on both days in oil, significant moves. We're not looking at any large moves in the metals going forward. There may be jumps here and there. We're looking to cover about 25.50 on silver, around that over the next couple of weeks. We think the patterns are going to be down for May with gold and silver, and your other, copper, platinum, palladium, all in that. We don't see any moves coming about for a month or so on the upside, and we'll report to you on that. Oil is very peculiar right now, because there's plenty of it. I mean, there are oil cargo ships floating all around the world, just stationed in the middle of the ocean, waiting, so there's plenty of it. But look at the prices. The prices are just being held up, which is a matter of the speculators and the market manipulators. Sooner or later, that's going to give. And we're hearing talk about inflation this and inflation that. We are still in a deflation, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. But we can see the light at the end of the tunnel insofar as inflation is concerned. So that means that translates into down prices for your commodities, especially your oil and your oil and your metals, silver and gold. And they're going to have to, the governments are going to have to inflate the living hell out of things. Watch for the common market, European common market, to conceivably try to pass some sort of spending law or rule. The problem is that they've been trying to do this, but Germany has held fast in keeping things in check, because if that happens, I think Germany knows, as most of the northern European nations, that this is not going to work out. That will be the kind of death blow to Europe. But with Japan and the United States, and particularly Japan, in the kind of trouble that it is, and your southern European common market nations, Italy, Greece, your Cyprus, Spain, Portugal, Ireland, all in financial trouble. The only way they're going to do this is to create all kinds of money. So yes, we will see rapid inflation, but it's not going to be for a while yet, because we're not at the point in time where this deflationary spiral is under control, and there's a lot of lost capital out there that the government is trying to get back into these large institutions, these big corporations that have taken the hits over the past 4 or 5 years. So, unfortunately, the bugaboo in all this is that the common guys, you know, us, don't have the spending parameters that we had before this whole mess started, so that we're not supporting these moves or these capitals and whatnot. In the meantime, expenses are going up. You know, they want to now tax the internet and all kinds of healthcare increases in taxes. You know, it all bodes for a lot of confusion, a lot of doubt, and I mean, this is the stuff that revolutions are made out of, you know, and I'm not suggesting it. I mean, you know, my idea is to everybody go out and get a broom with a big handle on it, and we all march down to Washington, you know, a couple of million of us, and you know, throw them all out, vote them all out. Not vote them out, just throw them out. Just tell them you're finished. You know, take over the Capitol, take over the White House. You know, we don't want you anymore. We don't want your type of governance anymore, and we're sick and tired of paying for the stupid mistakes. One congresswoman took a trip around the world, spent $24,000 taxpayer money for her trip around the world. I mean, you know, this stuff is getting sickening, and it really is stuff that makes for revolutions. And unfortunately, as we discussed before, the only means that our Constitution had for governments as a group, elected officials as a group, that broke the law, the only means it had for rectifying that was the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, to march, and to force them out at gunpoint. Well, you know, today you would be considered, you know, not only a revolutionist, you'd be considered an anarchist. All of those are relatives back in the 18th century. That's what they were. But things are a little different, and you know, they got the military on their side. So that's not going to happen. I mean, there may be isolated instances, which you will see coming up this year, by the way, that you will see that. But the idea is that with a large number of people thinking in concert and acting in concert, things like that can happen. So let's see if the broom brigade idea takes off. And I want a personal announcement. Our family has gone into the energy business, and we are doing energy consulting, assessments. We do conversions, oil to gas conversions on buildings or homes. We do assessments. One of my daughters is an environmental attorney, quite experienced in that area. So if anybody is interested in becoming an agent for our company, making some money on the side, however, please contact us at our website, www.drbobflower.com, and that's Dr. DR. drbobflower.com, and leave us a message, and we will get back to you and give you an idea of what we're talking about here. Okay, so for this week, we're looking for a move in gold and silver, and the 30th, tomorrow. Is tomorrow the 30th? Yes, tomorrow's the 30th, yes. And Wednesday for oil, okay? We'll be reporting back to you next week, and tomorrow, hopefully, we'll be able to do an achievement forum for you. So have a good week, and we'll see you soon.